Hey friends! So I'm here with kind of an unboxing of sorts, not really because I've already unboxed the thing and I have been playing with it for a few days. So I kind of just want to tell you about it and tell you why I bought this instead of something else. So I recently got my hands on a Sony ZV-1. Very recently, just a couple weeks ago in fact, I did an unboxing for the Canon SL3. I'll post a link to that up here in case you're interested. The Canon SL3 did not work out for me. And I believe that it might have actually been a problem with the actual camera. I think maybe I got a defective model. Either way, while I was playing with it, while I was using it to vlog, I realized that while it's good for sit-down videos, it was a little bit cumbersome as a vlogging camera. It's not exactly travel friendly. Not that anybody is doing much traveling these days. But I wanted something that was more of a workhorse, but that would give me really nice image quality. So I started researching, I looked at a few different things. I looked at the Canon M50, for example, and the Canon G7X Mark II, which is like the vlogging camera. Most vloggers, I think, have this camera or had it at some point. And you might have guessed by now, because of everything I've said in this video and because of videos I've put out in the past, but I am 100% exclusively a Canon girl. Not anymore, I guess. So in my research, I found that this camera, the Sony ZV-1, is being touted as the perfect vlogging camera. So obviously I had to look further into it, right? And I feel like it goes without saying, but just in case, this video is in fact not spawn. Everything that you see in this video and everything that I'm talking about, I bought with my own money. Nobody's gifted me this. So everything I'm saying is my own thoughts, my own opinions. Not that that would change if any of this was gifted, but just making that clear. So this camera has a flip out screen, just like all of the other models that I've mentioned. And it does do 4K video like the other models that I've mentioned. So why is it that I picked this one over the others? It boiled down to one thing for me: lens quality. What I like about DSLRs and mirrorless cameras like the M50 is that you could switch lenses out so that you can change the lens depending on the situation you're filming in, depending on the effect you want to get, etc. The problem with something like that though is that again, it becomes cumbersome. It's heavier to use. You have to carry a lot more stuff because you have to always have your stable of lenses with you. And I do have a lot of lenses and I would not be able to pick just the one or two to take with me places. Plus, I'm not sure if the lenses I have would be compatible with the M50 because the M50 is mirrorless and what I have is DSLR lenses. The M50 looks much smaller. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I didn't bother going down that rabbit hole because I decided I didn't want the M50 anyways. And then the G7X, I want to say that the lens, the lowest aperture it would open to was like 3 point something or 4 point something, which is very common for these compact type cameras. This lens though, this lens opens all the way up to a 1.8, which means that I can get portrait quality bokeh and focus from a little camera like this without having to constantly switch lenses around. I would have appreciated the versatility of being able to switch lenses, sure, but I do have other DSLRs for that if I decide I need to go that route for whatever reason. And this has such a nice quality lens on it anyways that I wouldn't want to change it out. It also comes with this funny little wind muff here, which you can take off. I actually just put it on right now for the video to show you guys. But the mic is up here. It has an omnidirectional mic, so it's really good at picking up sounds, which was something that I was not happy with the SL3. The audio was not as great as I would have liked, and what it did pick up a lot of was the click, 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 click sound of the autofocus for the lens. And most DSLRs are going to give you some sort of an issue with that. So I was able to stave that problem off altogether by going with this camera. So after playing with it for a few days, I can tell you that I really love the image quality. I'm going to do a comparison shot later on in this video so you guys can see what it looks like compared to what I'm filming on right now, which is actually my iPhone XS or XR Max, whatever the big one is. It's the 10 big one. I don't know what model it is that I have, but it looks amazing. It's really fast. The autofocus is incredible. It makes everything look super nice, and if you put something in front of it, it very quickly picks up on that. You take it away, it very quickly picks up back on your face. It's just thinking much faster than any other camera that I've ever had, and I've had a lot of cameras. The sound is also really good. I've used it with and without the little muff, and I don't notice much difference, but then again, I am inside. There's not a whole lot of wind gusting in here. I'd love to test it outdoors in a different scenario, but the things that are happening right now make me not want to go outside. I think that's understandable, right? Now the cons, and there are a few. This camera is expensive. Most cameras in this sort of like range, this like novice, beginning, advanced sort of vlogging range, I've seen at like 500 bucks for something, 500 bucks. This camera, I'll put the exact amount I paid for it at the bottom of the screen, but I want to say it was between $700 and $800. So that is a lot. That's a lot considering that you can get other cameras that look and feel like this and do basically all that this one does for a couple $100 cheaper. But again, to me, it boiled down to the lens. It's an incredible lens, very high quality, and I've never seen a lens of this quality on a compact camera like this before. The other thing is that for that money, what you're getting in the box is the camera with its little wind muff and one battery, and then your USB cable to connect your camera either to the wall, when your own little box thing, or to the computer. That's how you're meant to charge the battery, because this does not come with a battery charger. Now, I'm someone that likes to have multiple batteries like on standby, and I haven't had to buy batteries for a long time because I've been using Canon for years and years and years and years, and so I always have loads of batteries just laying around. This is my first Sony, so the only battery I had was the one that it came with. So I did buy a backup battery, and I also bought a charger. These things obviously cost money as well, and so I'm putting at the bottom of the screen what each of those costs. So this is definitely an investment. If you are just starting out in vlogging or movie making or what have you, I don't know if this is the camera you want to jump into, but if you see yourself doing this for a long time, then I feel like you might as well, because this camera is going to give you a lot of versatility and it's going to look really, really good. Even if newer models come out, this is not ever going to be a bad look. Whenever the next model of camera comes out, it might have more features or more gizmos attached or something, but a good lens is a good lens no matter how long you've had it. This also came with, because I bought the bundle because it was on sale, it came with a grip, and the grip actually connects via Bluetooth, so it not only functions as a grip, but it functions kind of as a remote, so you could use it to start the recording, to stop the recording, to take photos, to autofocus, etc., all on the grip. And you could take it off the grip and, for example, put the camera on a tripod and just keep the grip with you, and now you can use that as a remote. That has not arrived yet. That's not meant to arrive for a couple of weeks, but I couldn't wait to show you guys the camera itself. So whenever that does arrive, I'll do another unboxing and kind of demo of how all of that works in case you guys want to see that. So right now you're seeing me both on the iPhone and on the ZV-1. I think you can really see the difference as far as how it's focusing on my face, how it's blurring the background, so it gives it a more professional and crisp look. Whereas here, everything is basically in the same amount of focus, both me in the foreground and the background, so it doesn't provide that same level of depth. They're both great cameras in their own right, but I definitely feel like this is more visually appealing to look at. I'm also a little bit washed out on both of them, but that's due to the lighting. But all the same, I feel like the lighting is crisper and comes through more. The colors come through better on this camera than they do here. That's just a matter of me needing better lights though, I think. So I am still just getting the hang of this camera. If you guys have any questions though, I'd love to try to answer them for you. And if I can't find the answers myself, I'm more than willing to learn. I mean, I do have to figure out the ins and outs of this camera anyways. So let me know your questions. I'll look up the answers if I don't have them, and I'll answer you all in the comments. Overall, I really, really love the quality of this camera though. The audio I think sounds really nice. The video I think is a great quality. And yes, the price is steep, but I am planning to use this camera for a very, very, very long while, and a classic never goes out of style. Granted, it's not a classic yet, it's actually the first of its kind, but I have a feeling that most vloggers are gonna end up switching to this very soon. So I wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell, because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!